Friends, on SpeedGaming, we are back with Game 2 of this match in the Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament. If you are just joining us, we have on the left the number 1 seed overall, azder, who took Game 1 of the series, and on the right, we have the number 32 seed, EasyDanger. This is single elimination, so EasyDanger would have to win and take this to a game 3 in order to have another game and possibly move on. And if azder wins, he will secure his spot in the next round, round 2, the round of 16. Alright, what does our new card have for us today? So this card also has the collect only one of various suit or gravity suit there in the bottom right corner. Also has skip charge beam again. I think that was the same exact spot the skip charge beam was on the last card. This does have the collect plasma beam or defeat Ridley on it there in row 2. More often than not, you're going to see plasma beam collected rather than Ridley fought and killed. Just because, like in the last card, there's not much of a reason to go all the way down to Ridley. Other than Ridley. There is also, in column 4, there is a just collect plasma beam tile there. So you could get 2 for 1 collecting plasma beam. Other than that, this card is very heavy on collection. It looks like all over the place. We see 20 plus, 25 plus, 30 plus super missiles. There is the collect all 15 Brinstar super missiles. They're in row 4. Collecting 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles. That tile seems like a headache, but maybe it's fine. This definitely seems like the kind of tile you would perhaps hit up the wrecked ship, get your gravity suit, and then go back again. Go back down, I guess. Get speed booster, which you'll probably need for a second trip through Brinstar, collecting all of this junk and winning. Trying to see if there is a good set of 3 lines that they need to collect here. Any set of 3 columns, rows, diagonals, doesn't matter as long as you get 3 of them. Trying to see if there's a set that could avoid plasma beam easily. I really don't appreciate the actually no, that's fine. I don't think there's going to be a super easy way to skip out on plasma beam in this card. And there are 2 finish-in tiles, which is a little bit annoying. There's finish-in grapple beam in column 1, row 2, and finish in wreck ship energy tank room. in column 4, row 1. I do think, though, if you wanted to go ahead and do like a wreck ship to gravity to Dragon plasma thing, and also include a second trip to Brinstar for item collection, at some point you could easily do row 1. I like row 2 a lot better though. I think row 2 and row 3 go pretty nicely together. You will get to see Spore Spawn if you choose to do that. And then column 2, I think, goes well with it. Also, how many of those 50 or those 75 Norfair missiles are actually in Lower Norfair? I can think of 1, 2, 3. Is it just 3 of them? So that wouldn't be bad. I think most of the other options aren't that bad. Like, column 1 isn't that bad either. You could maybe do column 1 instead of... Yeah, I guess you could do column 1 instead of doing column 2. Then you don't have to collect all those E-tanks. But then it kind of, in a way, defeats the purpose of getting Plasma Beam. If you want to get Plasma Beam, you want to cash in on both of those tiles. Yeah, Frankerzy is the one I was forgetting. The one's right before Three Musketeers, so that's 20. So I guess, yeah, you could easily get 50 of those Norfair missiles. The top left to bottom right is also not bad if you are pairing that Plasma Beam collection with the row 3 or column 4 one. You have to skip charge though, but and you also have to get Gauntlet E-Tank. It's just a slow E-Tank to get, so I wouldn't love doing that line. Definitely think row 2, row 3, and column 2 is better. Column 2 or column 1, I guess. So normally, a lot of times on this bingo card, if you are going to come back to Brinstar for a second loop through to collect the rest of the items that you need, you definitely need power bombs to be able to get a bunch of the supers and the E-tanks and power bombs that are in Brinstar. So when you come back, if you were intending on fighting Spore Spawn, you're gonna do it then, because you're going to have more super missiles to work with, among other things. So even if Azder is skipping Spore Spawn for now, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to do it eventually. You're gonna go ahead and do the new route type thing. He did collect the Brinstar reserve tank, I see. So he might be going for column 4, which is actually kind of nice. So column 4 would probably mean that he may also be doing row 3 and perhaps top left to bottom right. Column 4 is kind of nice because he's going to pick up plasma, and then the wreck ship energy tank room that he would have to finish in is actually not that far from plasma beam. So yeah, I don't think I see any other reserve tank, Brinstar reserve tank at least, other than that row 5 column 4 tile with the 2+ reserves. Easy. It looked like he was thinking about going to Spore Spawn, but he might choose to do it later as well. Azder just does not care to fill up that reserve tank. He says, I don't need it. I wonder if Easy will collect power bombs ahead of time. It's not a real reason to for this card. Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and go right down. Azder takes on Fantoon, Spooky Ghost. His body and his flames will do 40 damage with no suits. Easy, actually going for the Spazer beam. Is Spazer on this card? I don't think it is. I wonder what he's got cooking. Why you would want Spazer? Oh no. We have an enraged Fantoon. And he doesn't. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a death there. He doesn't have the charge beam, so didn't really have a way to pseudo screw through the flames there. I'll have to start back on the ship, so it's about an 11-minute time loss there. Charge beam would have made that okay. You can also do wall jumps on alternating sides of the room. They're a little bit tricky. You gotta kind of know the timing and the pattern of when to go ahead and do them to avoid the flames. Yeah, I didn't quite see, and I wouldn't be able to tell really either, but Azder saying in the chat, because our runners are allowed to be in the chat, watch the restream, all that good stuff, because this is a vanilla category. Saying it's like the super hit before the missile hit, which weird things happen in this game. Yeah. Missiles go zoom, but supers go faster zoom. Because they're heavier. It's physics, right? No. Okay. I was bad at physics in school. Easy. Picking up that various suit. There is a theoretical opportunity on this card that you just, like if you did column 2, column 3, and row 5. Oh no, not row 5. Something else. Something not that. Row 2 is the other one. You could skip Meridia. But you'd have to go to Ridley. And then come all the way back to Grapple Beam Room. Good thing is you would have Screw Attack, which makes Lower Warfare pretty easy to get through. Just the Ridley fight wouldn't exactly be easy. Yeah, we got through another card without a skip high jump boots tile. That's pretty lucky. Let's see if Easy goes for any of these extra Norfair missiles. He's not getting those at Cathedral. So it doesn't seem like he's doing that tile, the 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles. If you were skipping the Wreckship Meridia play on this card, I think it would be your best bet to do the skip charge tile. And what you would do is come down here, get your supplies, like your power bombs and your speed booster, to go back to Brinstar to collect the super missiles that you need still. The thing about going down there is just having a good amount of supers for Ridley for an easy kill. Especially if, of course, you don't have Charge Beam. And the Norfair Super Missile is at Golden Chorizo, so it's kind of like you actually have to fight him to get those supers, and that fight can go pretty long if you don't already have a lot of supers, or if you don't have charge and a good beam. So it might not even be worth grabbing those supers in particular, and just getting the ones that you can from Brinstar. So yeah, if you're already doing that, then you would probably most definitely be doing the 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles. And for Ridley, since supers do double damage, every 30 missiles is going to be like 5 supers. So you're gonna go ahead and grab these power bombs. Not sure if he did these power bombs last time as well. There's a Norfair missile for easy. Looks like he wants that 15 plus power bomb tile. And I think he's at exactly the same health as he was last time he was here in this position. So, if nothing, he's consistent. And easy gonna come across 2 more Norfair missiles here. Yeah, those seahorses are... I think it's the wave beam that they are immune to. You need to have it charged. It's just like the silly key hunters and the Skigas. They're just like, no, your wave beam sucks and doesn't hurt me. But the Spazer combined with it will let it hurt them. It's Norfair enemies, am I right? Alright, Fintoon, be nice. And physics, also be nice. Got the first try non-gate glitch from EasyDanger. Nicely done. First try every time. Is allowed to get the wave beam. Oh gosh. That was scary. He would have definitely been dead had he got hit there. The one nice thing about the early wreck ship with no suits and all of that good stuff is much more likely to end up in health bomb and be able to very quickly get your health back up. Easy taking on Crockmeyer. We didn't get to see Croc last game. Hello, Croc. We could be doing this for the defeat Crockmeyer and Dragon tile there in row 5, column 3. Or just for the purpose of collecting Grapple Beam. Maybe he plans on finishing in that room at the end and wants Grapple Beam in order to perhaps collect Spring Ball. We shall see. As you're getting both super missiles up here in the wreck ship, very conveniently placed 2 easy super missiles to get. He gets these, and he gets the rest that are in Brinstar that he hadn't gotten before. He'll have satisfied the tile of all 15 super missiles in Brinstar, and also automatically put him at 25. Easy, if not already, is very close to having 50 missiles. He might just need one more. Have that tile there in column 3, row 1. Two more Northfair missiles here in this area. The room to the right of Easy, which I think he might be going to. No, not yet. So it doesn't seem like he is intending on collecting Grapple Beam. But he might go ahead and use that as his finish-in tile. Easy gonna show that with high jump and speed, you can actually make the little run and jump to get up on this ledge. What do you make bomb jump? This bomb jump's a little trickier because the platforms are not directly underneath to where you can line up the bomb jump easily. So once you get to kind of the apex of your bomb jump here, as you lay the last bomb, you want to just gently tap left and you'll boop on over. Very nicely done. And Easy going to get the not so often seen Norfair map station behind that power bomb door. Ever wondered what's behind that door? Well, there it is. It's a link to the past. Death Mountain. Azder nicely gets the little lift off the powerbomb lay instead of falling back down to the ledge to jump back into the gauntlet entrance. Just like he did there with that powerbomb. The little lift saves a little bit of time. It is getting that gauntlet E-tank, so that does satisfy the collecting both criteria energy tanks tile there right in the middle for Azder. Easy gonna do a think big think. Deciding I'm gonna go up first. I'm pretty certain we're going to see a top left bottom right from azder. That would pair quite nicely with row 3. Column 2 wouldn't be bad. Column 4, not bad either. There's some options. That's at least 15 power bombs for azder. And then Easy about to collect his 15th here as well. It's always faster if you have gravity or intend to have gravity the next time you're here to go ahead and pop open the tube on the way in. The secret invisible switch that actually breaks the tube is towards the left of the room. So laying your power bomb on the left side will get the tube to break open ever so slightly faster. Easy, heading on over to the wreck ship. Gonna give Fantoon the business. Not sure if he's going to or not, but you could avoid plasma entirely by doing something like row 4, row 5, and column 3. But it doesn't seem like that's what azder's planning on doing. Getting all of those missiles at this point might be slower than just going over a plasma beam. See, that looked like a nice doppler again. That's Fantoon down for EasyDanger. Nice fight. As you're going for that wave beam, this does look like that row 3 might be in the cards for him. Because he wouldn't pick up a beam if he didn't have to. Reading the bingo card, the language is pretty important that the tiles use. If it is like that tile, collect only one of. Wave beam or charge beam means only wave or charge, just one of them. Not 0 of them, not both of them, just one of them. But like the collect plasma beam or defeat Ridley, you would be allowed to do both of those things and still satisfy the tile. I don't know why you would want to do both of those things, but it's just the example that I had. That would be one heck of a card if that was actually the best route. As you're on team hashtag actually collect the map station, don't just go into the room. Sparking debate all over the world. The runners are just required to go into the room of the map stations or energy or missile refill station rooms, not actually collect them. Some people out there want to see that changed. It's a matter of principle. Yeah, always nice to see the map, you know. Make sure you know where you're going. Easy to get lost in this game, especially when you've been playing it for 45 years, like Osher has. It's very old. Shake Cane. Yep. Before it came out, how do you think he's so good at the game? He's gotten a head start on all of us. It still does amaze me that people who are younger than the game, which came out in 1994, to do math. It amazes me that like people younger than the game actually like pick up this game and play it and speedrun it. It's weird. But there are a lot of them. A lot of speedrunners of this game that are younger than the game, if not much younger. I am also older than the game, sadly. Thank you. 27 years old. Very nice. Full halfie there. Metroid 1, I want to say, was like 88. Bum, 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 bum. Going into the Dragon fight for some spicy shrimp revenge while Easy taking on the gauntlet. Not too much to worry about here with both suits. Power bombs, all that good stuff. Very nice kill there. Clicked in that space jump. Makes kind of the rest of Meridia pretty easy to get through. Just hitching right through. Doesn't want the missiles this time. Does not have to collect 100 missiles. Does give him both of the criteria energy tanks. And what is his plan now? He's gonna destroy at least one statue. Statue tiles are referring to the Golden 4 statue. So you would have to kill a boss and come into this room and watch the cutscene. Pink. That there is why they call that the plasma spark room. Because you do a shine spark of some sort. Not quite like that. In the room that's 3 rooms before plasma. Yep, that looks like it. Collecting plasma will give Azure top left to bottom right complete and row 3 complete. And he can run on over to the wreck ship E-Tank room, which kind of sounds far away, but it's really not that far away from plasma. Easy, remembering that he can collect some power bombs here in this room. Good knowledge there. Doesn't have to collect too many if he wanted to go down to the Itacuns. Looks like that's not what he is intending on doing. I think he might want all of... Well, if he didn't go to the Itacuns, oh, he's going to Spore Spawn. With no supers, oh no. Spore Spawn will take a lot less time to kill if you have a lot of supers. He has 960 health. So if you use all supers, it would be 4 of them, but you could do 3 supers and a missile, 3 supers and a charge shot. Choose your adventure. So it's gonna be a little bit slower of a fight using the missiles. He could do a little more damage with his beam combo. But it's kind of hard to... Yeah, it's kind of hard to... Especially the Spazer beam. Like, it's hard to fit all that beam in Spore Spawn's mouth without either the spores or the side of his body getting in the way. He's doing a nice job of getting a few supers in there, or a few missiles in there every round though. So that's good. Alright, that's a finish in the wrecked ship energy tank room. And that will be a finish for azder with a time of 45 minutes and 13 seconds. GG to azder. He will be our winner of this matchup, and we'll be moving on to the round of 16.
Hello.
Hi, welcome in. GG. How did you feel about your run and about that card?
Felt awful about the run. The card was like, it was bordering on not being that. It was bordering on being really fast. But I could tell it wasn't going to be anywhere near as quick as the other one. It kind of looked like you could make it that way, but I ended up settling on doubling up plasma beam, and there's 2 tiles with it, and the finish and wreck ship tank room, and doing that let me get away without having to do anything else that was too bad. But you kind of had to do something that wasn't great.
Yeah, the plasma beam goal is definitely one of the longer goals. That shows up quite a lot on cards, hence the double tile here. Plus, you could theoretically subtract 11 minutes. It's still pretty fast, but yeah, not as fast as card 1.
I didn't play that one well either. I'm really unhappy with how I played in this match today, and it's just like I can tell that's not going to be anywhere near good enough for the later matches in the tournament. I have to be better than this.
Yeah, it definitely happens. I think, just like any category, really, like in bingo, you can't really go in and expecting yourself to play exactly perfectly. It's always easy to like do a run of a card and then look back and be like, oh, I should have done it this way. But it's also fair to just overall be unhappy with how you played, regardless of anything.
Yeah, I think the way my qualifiers went were a good example of, like, you're not going to play every card perfect. You're going to make some mistakes, and I felt pretty bad about some of how I did in those. But I mostly kept the mistakes to very specific things. Like, there was one qualifier where I rode elevators like 6 times because I forgot things, but I didn't do too badly with anything else. So I kind of kept the mistakes isolated, but I always knew, like, I made really big mistakes here or there. But the way that I played these 2 cards were worse than I did on any of the 4 qualifiers I did. So, um, so yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel very good about it. I can't. I can't continue to, like, get away with like, when the matches get harder. I can't get away with playing like this.
Yeah. That's just hopefully just better mindset in the next rounds. Have some more good times before the matches in the next couple of rounds, and hopefully just be in a better state of mind overall. I peeked, and it looks like your opponent next round will be Bressingham. Do you have any particular thoughts about that match at all?
Well, I know he likes to get a lot of missiles. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to go up against for that match?
Easy actually went for the 100 missiles in the first card, which I didn't expect, and I don't know if that was always his intention. He was going for the 60 Brinstar missiles, but he was having a hard time getting the gate glitch to Crocomire, and then ended up abandoning that, so I kind of think he might have switched over to do the 100 missiles instead at some point. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, what does that have to do with the 60 Brinstar missiles, or did it have to do with the row that he was doing with it?
Just because it made it easier for him to go ahead and switch to that option instead of doing Crocomire.
Okay, I guess I'll have to look. I don't really understand.
Well, I'm saying you said that Bressingham has chosen often to get those high missile collection tiles, and EasyDanger did as well. And then I just mentioned that I don't think that was always EasyDanger's intention to get that tile. Because I think normally that's not a tile that really experienced bingo runners choose to do.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he got Charge Beam. I don't know if he meant to get Charge Beam in the first card either, because that was my intersection. It was one of my intersections, and I thought the rows attached to that were really good. It takes some experience to be able to read the cards, though, and just know, like, if you decide to include a specific tile, like, get an idea of exactly what you're signing up for. Like, if you pick 100 missiles, you have to have an idea of, okay, what missiles do I have to be willing to go out of my way for? And then adding up all the fanfares, too.
Yeah, but I think the most I would actually be willing to go for, I think there is out there 75 missile tile. I think that would be kind of my limit personally, but Easy actually ended up getting more than 100 at some point throughout. But yeah, it's just a really long goal, any really long collection goal. He also ended up doing in card 1 the 10 E-tanks, which took a bit of time, but he was able to get out of doing Dragon at all.
It's for the high missile goals. It's good if you can combine them with other missile goals that are on the card. So, like in my cases, I would even say that, like, if you're doing a wreck ship Meridia route, even something like 30 supers, like I got on this card, that's not very much collection. They're all really on path. So I managed to avoid basically all the collection that I could in these past two cards. Like, I really like the rose stuff that I picked. I just don't like how I played them. But if you have like one outstanding really high missile goal and it doesn't mesh well with anything else that's on the card, then it's probably not great to pick.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, the Brinstar missiles too, because it went okay with just having to get 40 more missiles is all he had to do, because he was already getting 60 anyway. He is fighting Dragon right now, so I think he does. So that will give him the defeat Crocomire and Dragon tile in row 5, column 3.
I'll say column 3 was column 3, row 5. That intersection was the first one I was looking at. Because I was seeing some other stuff like finish and grapple beam room. Column 1 looked really easy other than that. So So the first things I was looking at was column 1, row 5, and then maybe column 3. But actually the 5 Brinstar E-Tanks is the one that broke that for me, because I have to come back to Brinstar with speed, and it doesn't parallel the only one of Varia or Gravity.
You would also have to kill Kraid and kill Crocodile.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was looking at collect Spring Ball and skip Ice Beam too, so that would have been like I was looking for like 3 rows that work really well with Crocomire. But then I couldn't find a combination that I really liked that also avoided Plasma.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look for at first too, when I saw this card, if there was like a nice way to avoid Plasma Beam that didn't involve Ridley. And I didn't really see one.
The other thing about routing is like if you have an idea of how long something will take you on like an any percent route, like if you just do any percent old route, how long is it going to take you to get to a certain split? So for me, it takes like if I'm on a good run, it'll take me like 28 minutes to get Plasma in old route. Probably won't play as well in Bingo, so like maybe say 30 minutes, and then add time for the other stuff that I have to do. So that kind of gives an idea of how much time a row is going to take when I evaluate it, especially when there's very little collection like this. But then taking away, if I do Fantune only, I get to take away the amount of time that Kraid takes, and that's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. I've been trying to kind of think about it that way, like, what do I do in any percent, and what am I automatically subtracting from my any percent time, like things like Turian, and usually taking out all of Lord Warfare, but I don't have in my head exactly how much time those things take me, but I'm sure that you do.
Yeah, I watch. I've watched a lot of people play different routes too. So I actually like having done all bosses with the what route do I do? PDKR. The PD portion of it is really kind of what I've done in a lot of these bingos. So and I know like Space Jump takes me like a good run takes me 24 minutes to get to Space Jump there. Not doing Kraid.
Yeah, that's good experience as well. I think even someone in chat, I think it was Diva, mentioned that this is like an any percent all bosses run in a way. Like, I suppose you could do on this card like column 1, row 4, and row 5 to avoid Plasma, but I think since you have to kill Dragon anyway, in that case, it's faster to just go get Plasma and do other things than the things that those lines require.
50 out of 75 Norfair missiles, actually. Like, I was looking at that for a bit, because I was like, oh, it goes right with Bottoon and Brinstar Supers, and those things are easy. And Screw Attack is like... Screw Attack can be okay, depending on whether you're getting speed or wave or whatever. Maybe. It's not great. But 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles, actually... I don't remember the last time I had to do that tile, and I don't actually remember what the implications of it are. It's like... I don't remember how many exactly I'm looking at skipping.
Yeah, we were counting, and we decided that there are 20 Norfair missiles in lower Norfair, and the rest are in the upper area and Croc.
There's one behind Croc. No, there's two. Okay, so you have to do Croc.
Mm.
That's good to know for later.
And none of the lower Norfair ones are convenient. Like to pair with Screw Attack. And ironically, not even the missile that's near Screw Attack, because you need Space Jump to get it.
Oh, I hate this refill room because you shoot the bugs in the floor and you can't get the drops, and they don't respawn until you grab the drops.
Yep. I think he intends on grabbing the Screw Attack and leaving. I don't know if he will also... If he is doing... So that would give him column 3. He could still finish in grapple beam room. That would be column 1. I don't know what... Oh, and then row 2. Okay, so yeah, just getting a Screw Attack and going to grapple beam room.
If he gets the grapple beam room, that should... Oh wait, no. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking he would get 4 rows, but he wouldn't. I just can't read the card.
It's hard to read the card with all the like half and half tiles that are on there now. I find it hard to read.
It is kind of hard to read because I like to look for like shapes and what tiles are filled in, and the way that the tiles are segmented when they're shared kind of breaks the visual pattern. It actually reminds me of these blocks I used to play with when I was a kid.
Didn't help at all. Oh nice, he gets the gate glitch, so that's good. He was having a little trouble with the gate glitch last game.
Also, when I finished last card and I tuned into it, it was hard for me to think of like what he was going to do, because when I was looking at the board, my eyes kept just trying to fill in what I thought his tiles were going to be in the confines of the shape that my tiles drew. So it was hard to look outside of that.
Yeah, I think my brain wants to draw a picture, but there is no picture. I don't think.
Actually, I have trouble seeing what rows I even did on this.
You did top left, bottom right, column 4, and row 3, which is similar to what you did last time, I think. Got a diagonal, a row, and a column.
Oh, it is actually the exact same as last time, except for I did row 3 instead of row 5, and I almost did row 3 last time. So I was very heavily considering row 3.
Yeah, the skip charge is in the exact same spot. I'm pretty sure.
Uh-oh. Bingo PRNG.
Yeah, easy. Had a nice route going here. Just has to finish in grapple beam. Yeah, I'm gonna take this way a little bit faster. Has the space jump, so it'll be easy to get through this room. And just straight across back to the Croc in my room. Already has Croc defeated. I did think at first he was at one point going for the 50 out of 75 Northern missiles, but I'm not sure what he had planned to go with it. Alright, and that's the finish for EasyDanger with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG to EasyDanger. Saying in chat, forgot to not get charged again. Yeah, that muscle memory for the charge beam will get ya. Looks like EasyDanger is joining us for an interview. Welcome in, GG.
Thanks, GG azder. Thanks everybody for watching, commentating, and tracking.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, it was.
I accidentally picked up charge beam, and that threw my entire game off. I had no idea after that.
Did you do that the first game as well?
No, I think I meant to get it the first game. The first game was just I forgot a bunch of other stuff. I don't even remember all the stuff I forgot the first game. This time it was really charge beam because I was counting on row 3. I had to do some. Yeah, it was. I don't think that was the determining factor. I don't think I was gonna take the match, but that really did hurt. If only I had muscle memory that good for Alcatraz escape, and I didn't have to do that 4 times.
Right.
It definitely happens. Definitely lose that muscle memory sometimes, and yeah. Oh, I thought it was fun. It was cool to see you. I know it's hard coming in as the bottom seed and having to play the top seed. I know that feeling.
Yeah. I saw that was a 31-minute finish in the first game. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I made a few bad mistakes in that too. So it was like that card was one of the fastest cards I've ever seen. So I'm kind of mad that I didn't get sub 30 on it, but
yeah, it was pretty quick. Even as bad as I did, I think that was one of my faster times. It wasn't a difficult card. It's just you gotta not skip all the stuff that you're planning to pick up or all the rooms you're planning to go in.
It's like, I went into Pantoon and then I was like, oh, I didn't get the spooky missile, so now it's gonna kill me if I try to go get it now. And then after I did attic, I left and I was like, oh, I forgot to get the attic missile. Now I have to like shoot all the key hunters.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, there's a lot of circling back, but that's the nature of bingo.
Yeah, it's really hard to just be bombarded with a card when you're supposed to be playing and have to read it and play at the same time and figure out a good route. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah. I haven't been in great practice either, but it's amazing how much harder that third row is to get. Like, I feel like even having an opponent choose a row for me is easier than trying to figure out that third row. There's always something there that contradicts with something else.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people are coming to that conclusion that this is actually a lot harder than double anti-bingo is.
I disagree personally. Like I find this way easier just because I do get kind of the problem you end up with is that the card's not holding your hand and you might have like 5 different rows that look like they're of equal length and you can't decide which 2 are the slowest that don't quite go as well together. If you're approaching it from that end, like but for dab, I find like the row assigning the most stressful part. I'm always thinking like, did I screw up and did I miss a row that was harder, or was the row I assigned actually really easy and I just didn't see it? And then that kind of can decide some of the matches right there.
Yeah, I mean, my first thought is usually just find a row that's find some rows that are possible, and then try not to think about it too much, because I can spend a lot of time just trying to optimize a route as opposed to actually getting anything done.
Yeah.
Same. At least with Dab,
Right.
you get to become somewhat familiar with the card before you have to start playing. That's probably just the hardest part about Triple Bingo.
Yeah, I don't find parsing it like that. I almost find parsing, like deciding what I'm going to do while I'm playing, a bit easier for me. I think I'm just different than how most other people feel about it. But like when I'm playing the game and I've got the controller in my hands and I have a feel for how I'm playing, I feel like I'm more in tune to picking good stuff. And when I'm sitting there before the race, or even like when I'm watching bingo matches, I have a hard time picking out good rows because my mind just isn't in the game.
Yeah, I'm very different. I'm an excellent couch quarterback when I'm watching a race, or at least that's how I feel. I'm probably still missing stuff.
Yeah, I'm also super smart when I don't have to actually be doing anything else.
Right. But when I also don't have to have in my head whether or not I can make that CWJ to skip to get to early rake ship or something.
Oh yeah.
I remember being at that level where that was like scary and it was a big risk. It was a long time ago, but
well, I was practicing it a lot, and I got to where I felt like I was kind of consistent. I was getting it every one in every three or so, and then like right before the match, it was like I just could not get it at all. So it was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be getting both suits for the foreseeable future.
That made it tough too because both of the cards had the collect only one suit on it. So that just automatically locked you out of a lot of options.
Yeah, I felt like. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I feel like that's a fairly common one. Like that's something that I either need to get more comfortable with the hell runs or get more comfortable with a way to get across the moat, because that's a big one. And maybe it's just because my brain is in dab mode still, because I'm thinking that's a very easy row to give somebody if they don't have a reliable way to get across the moat. So I always try to avoid those and then look for like they'll see plasma on there twice or whatever I can see multiple times to try to overlap on the road.
I almost look at that like a free square sometimes because I'm probably going to be doing that anyways. Because gravity right away and then Meridia is just good in so many rows. But there are some rows that it just completely breaks, and row 5 is one of them.
Yeah.
Like, collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks. You're gonna want to do Kraid. You want speed booster for Waterway, so you kind of want to go down first, but then you're like stuck with Varia.
Yeah. I think your average player ends up having trouble with it, and the higher you go in the tier list, in the seed list, the easier that becomes to manage. But yeah, that I feel like it's more of a detriment more often than it is a benefit. Or rather, I feel like more often being able to get gravity is of a benefit more often than it is a detriment.
It's pretty overpowered in triple bingo, I think.
Yeah.
In dab you can sometimes, well, in dab it varies a lot because of like what your opponent forces on you. But if you only have to do 2 lines, there's a lot more situations where you can get away with not doing it. I don't know. Actually, for triple bingo, it just kind of depends what's on the card. There's some tiles that work really well with grade first that you can try and do.
Yeah, I think you just end up with. It seems like you've got more stuff to do with triple bingo, but you end up with fewer options sometimes, just because of the way the cards interact with each other. The rows and columns interact with each other. Like, I don't know if you could tell at the end, I was, and pretty much felt like I was in equal conditions with finishing a wreck ship E-Tank or finishing a grapple beam. It was whether or not I wanted to go get spring ball. So I just spent a good 15 seconds, I think, in like looking back and forth trying to decide, which just doesn't come up as much in Dab because you don't have to get as many rolls.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot, where it's like you're one away from two different lines. It's like, which one do you choose? Well, they're about the same, so whatever.
Yeah, I saw some conversation in chat, I think, about collecting the 50 Norfair missiles, and I thought about that and just was like, do I really know where all of the missiles are right now? I don't think I can keep that in my head or keep the count straight. So let's just screw attack is one thing, and hopefully I got all of my Green Gate glitch misses out of the way already.
Yeah, I was glad you got that there at the end. I was happy to see that.
Yeah, that really got me in the first game too. I think I was going to Croc for something, and I couldn't get the Green Gate glitch, so I just like noped out of the whole section.
You can do the blue gates with regular missiles. I don't know if you're. Some people say it's harder to do with regular missiles, but it's the same. It's just a mind over matter thing. But if the gate's blue, you can try regular missiles. So maybe practice that and see how it feels for you.
Yeah, I've never had to do it, so
Yeah.
It's not something I was very well practiced at. But yeah, for next time, hopefully I'll be a little bit better prepared. But all in all, I had a good time. I didn't expect to make it this far. I was surprised when I made it past the qualifiers in the first place, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, definitely be happy about that. I'm in the same boat. I'm out as well after this first round, but that's okay. Come back stronger in the next tournament.
Yep, and it frees us up to do some comms.
Yep, exactly. Last year we'll be moving on to round 2 to face Bressingham. Is there anything else you two would like to say before we wrap up for the night?
GG, thanks for having me. Thanks for commentating. I don't know who our tracker is right now, but thank you for tracking. That's a tough gig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, GG. Thanks for comms, and I hope that somebody. I think I probably got the best tournament time in that first card, and I hope that somebody beats it because I do not like that. That was the time I got with that card. Like I would be happy if I beat it next round. With like a run that I felt like deserved the top time, but but if anyone else wants to beat it too, that's good.
Oh, somebody out there will take the challenge, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Just gotta get lucky.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to our runners and GG. Please give them a follow. I'll do the command myself. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Okay, and thank you to our tracker, Pro Infernate. Tomorrow we do have a few games going on. We have game 1 and 2 of Zeb 316 versus Bonus. That will be the round of 16, so round 2. And then it also looks like we have, so those start at 2 p.m. And we have at 5 p.m. round 1, game 3 of Feral versus Tornado at 5. And at 11 p.m., round 1, game 3 of Apathy Duck versus Just Defend. So hopefully we will see you all tomorrow at 2. And thanks everybody for watching. Have a good night.